Frequently asked questions.
Hello, Mr. Consultant. It's been a while since we've talked.
Yes, it has. Are you satisfied with your new EV?
Yes, I'm really enjoying it. But I contacted you because I have some questions.
Sure thing. What questions do you have?
I tried charging with a 100 kilowatt DC charger, and it took more than 54 minutes. I also used a 14 kilowatt AC charger, but it takes longer to charge than I expected. So I want to know if there is any problem with the vehicle.
Let me explain. In the case of your vehicle, the Niro EV 64 kilowatt hour, it takes about 54 minutes to 80% SOC when using a 100 kilowatt charger. But when the SOC exceeds about 80%, the charging power is lowered to prevent battery deterioration, so it charges slowly and it will take longer to charge from 80% to 100%.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yes. You also used a 14 kilowatt AC charger, and you said that it takes longer to charge. In the case of your vehicle, 7 kilowatt OBC is applied, so even if higher power comes from the charger, it cannot be charged with more power because the maximum output capacity of OBC is 7 kilowatts. In other words, charging is based on OBC or AC charger capacity, whichever is smaller.
I see. I have one more question. This winter, I was charging the EVs with a DC charger and looking at the cluster while waiting in the car, and the charging power was about 40 kilowatts. But in the autumn a few months ago, it was 70 kilowatts. It's definitely the same charger, but it's strange that the charging power has decreased. Isn't this a malfunction?
The BMU, a high-voltage battery controller, changes the charging power according to the battery temperature and SOC. The battery has a characteristic that the internal resistance of the battery increases in winter when the temperature is low. Therefore, if the battery is charged at the same rate as room temperature, battery deterioration problems may occur, so the charging power is lowered when charging.
I see. So the charging power may vary depending on the SOC or the external environment. A while ago, I charged the EVs while shopping at the grocery store, and I tried to unplug the charging cable to go home, but it didn't unplug easily. So I had an experience that was very frustrating. How can I deal with this type of situation?
If the charging cable does not unplug, first check if it is set to lock mode in auto lock mode. In the lock mode, if you try to disconnect the cable within 15 seconds after unlocking the door, the cable will unplug. If the cable does not come out after unlocking the door, try the following. 1. Pull emergency cable. 2. Press the unlock button and unplug the charger.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that.
Some situations can be frustrating. Any other questions?
This is a question from my friend. The EV uses high voltage current. And is it okay to charge it on a rainy day? Is there any risk of electric shock if rainwater flows into the charging port?
In the case of rain, there is a charging port structure to drain the rainwater to the outside. Let's check the 4-stage electric shock prevention design of the EV charging port. 1. Structure in which liquids are discharged through the drain hole inside the charging port in case of rain. 2. Structure to prevent additional liquid inflow after connection through sealing treatment of the connection part of the charging cable. 3. When the unlock button of the charger is pressed, the current is immediately cut off to prevent damage to the connector contacts. 4. Prevents electric shock by flowing current after a certain period of time after the connection between the vehicle and the charging cable is confirmed.
Then it's safe to charge the EV on rainy days, so I can tell my friend not to worry about using an EV.
Yes, that's right.
By the way, what happens if the EV submerges into water because of a flood? No matter how well the anti-leakage design is, I'm a little worried that the battery might be in danger.
The high-voltage battery is basically sealed to be airtight and waterproof, so even if it is submerged, water does not penetrate into the battery. Also, when flooded, it is designed to shut off the high-voltage power for safety, so don't worry if the EV comes into contact with water.
Wow, I was a little nervous every time it rained. I didn't have to worry at all.
That's right. Please rest assured.
Thank you for your help. I'll be sure to take good care of my EV.
So far, we've looked at the overall Kia EV system, specialized functions, and charging. We hope that this will be of great help during your various tasks
and finally lead us to improve customers' Kia ownership experience.